What's up, everybody? BlueGabe. This is a spearfishing video. I am going to show you all some amazing spearfishing footage. But what I'm going to do first is show you guys some of the things that I've done to my new contender that's changed the game for me. The first thing I did is, I don't know if y'all remember, I used to have 350s on here. See, these are 300s. I used to have 350s and I changed them out because the 350s were so heavy. They were super crazy fast, but for me, traveling really long distances, I don't need speed. I need fuel economy. So the first thing I did was got rid of the 350s and put 300s. Here comes the second thing, and which is really important as well. Y'all see inside my center console? Now, it's a little bit rusty. I need to clean it up. This is an older boat. These lithium batteries right here have changed the game. They're made by Abyss. They're 120 crank hours and they are flat out amazing. I don't know if you can still see this. Don't mind my toe. It was crushed and it's growing back. I used to have 4 regular batteries. I got rid of 4 batteries and went to 3. And all 3 of these batteries combined weigh the same as about 1 of the old batteries. All right, so here are the batteries that I took out of the boat. I had 4. All of them are 12 volts, as you can see. None of them have even close to the same amount of cranking amps. All 4 of these batteries are extremely heavy. Those Abyss batteries are extremely light. So that's why I got rid of them and went to the Abyss. I think I lost a total of like 200 plus pounds and another 200 plus pounds on the motors. That's a lot when you're talking about fuel mileage. The coolest thing though about Abyss batteries is they were cool enough to give me a promo code, and it's BlueGabe. You can go to Abyss or go in the link in the description below and go to their website and get these batteries. And if you use my promo code, you'll save up to 10%, which is a lot because they're expensive batteries. But to the expensive part, you got to remember, they have a 10-year warranty. If you have a 36 volt trolling motor, you only have to buy 1 because they make 36 volt batteries. If you have a 24 volt, you only need 1 because they make 24 volt. So if you do the math and the longevity of them, yeah, they look expensive at the beginning, but in the long run, they're actually cheaper. Go to Abyss and check it out. Use promo code BlueGabe. That's me helping you guys because that's a pretty big savings. Another thing I did, you can't see right now because it's light out. I put lights under the railing. I put some new spreader lights. I've got new radar coming. Did a whole bunch of new rewiring inside the center console. A good friend of mine, Robbie, who I'm gonna put his number right here. He lives in Fort Pierce. He's one of the best wiring guys I know. And when he says he's gonna do something, he does it. He doesn't stop halfway through and says he needs to go to a doctor's appointment. When he works on your boat, it's legit. He's working on it. He did an amazing job for me. He's really good with all the electronics, everything that has to do with your boat. If you need anything done, call my boy Robbie. He will hook you up. Now, the only problem I had with these motors is these props. To me, it wasn't propped just right. So I called Outboard Specialties and said, hey, I need some new props, and they sent them to me. So that's what we're gonna change right now. Whenever you take your props off a boat, pay attention to how they come apart. Because they're spacers and all kinds of stuff. Now, this is the new prop, and I'll go over the size in just a minute. I made sure I put it back exactly how it was. Now I need 2 hands to tighten it all the way back down, but you get the drift. So what was happening is that other prop that I just took off was so small, it was letting my motor reach too many RPMs. I was getting the speed, but I wasn't getting the fuel mileage because this motor was spinning so fast. Now with that new prop, hopefully I won't lose too much speed, but I'll gain a lot of fuel mileage, and that's ultimately what I'm after. But right now, let's take it back to Crystal River and let me explain to you what was going down. So a friend of mine, Taylor, who lives down in the Keys, she's never really spearfished much and she wanted to go. So I told her the only place I could take her where it's shallow and there's lots of fish is Crystal River, Florida. So we loaded up my contender, headed that away. We met up with my buddy Bob, who lives there. We headed offshore, stopped in about 23 foot of water, and I told her to get in and not really just look, like do some dives. Don't worry about spearing a bunch of stuff. You can watch me and learn that away, because when I was young, I learned from my brother Robert, my dad, and my brother Aubrey. And trying to do it yourself, just getting in there and spearfishing when you haven't done it much, doesn't always work. If you can get in the water with somebody and watch them do it. So that's what she did, and I really wreaked havoc on some fish. But the footage you're about to see is over 2 days. So if you're counting fish, trying to call the game wardens on me, you're out of luck. You're allowed 2 gags and I think 4 or 5 hogfish. And I didn't even really reach that quota, but it is 2 days worth of fish. So let's head it back to Crystal River. We're getting in. You're gonna be riding right here on my head and we're about to kill some fish. Free shafted. What y'all know about that? Where'd you go? There's the biggest damn mangrove I've ever seen in my life in that hole, but I can't shoot him with that big gun. I was waiting for you to see him.
What are those big fish next to him?
Seafood.
Seafood?
Yeah. And just like that, we're back, folks. Hogfish on the West Coast got to be 14 inches from the tip of their nose to right here in the fork of their tail. And most of the hogfish you'll see over there in Crystal River, if they're illegal, they'll just barely be legal. But they eat just like the biggest ones ever. Gag grouper got to be 24 inches with their mouth closed to the tip of their tail. and this one is literally 24 1/4. So he's dead on, perfect eating size. I had a ton more fish than this. Obviously, you already saw the ones that I speared. I give some to my neighbor, some to the people in Crystal River, and some to the guy that we duck hunted with 2 days ago in Naples. And he was much appreciative because we had mangroves and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna clean one of these hogfish for y'all, and then we're headed into the kitchen. And I'm gonna make something I haven't made in a while on this channel. And it's gonna be amazing. Obviously, it's just me by myself, so you're not getting to see up close and personal, but it's just like any other fish you could ever want to clean. That simple. All you need is a good knife. This is my Danko wire glove if you want to wear it. And there's one good fillet of hogfish. When I skin it, I don't flip the fillet and do it that way. I cut it all the way off. I take my fingers and I come right here and pin it down. Right there. Flip it over. Cut that little bit of pin bone out. And this is about to be an amazing meal in there in the kitchen. All right, I got a piece of hogfish, got my sides, I've got some kingfish, and we're ready to cook. But first, I need to tell you about my last video. If you follow along a lot, you saw that my last video was a cast netting video. A huge alligator was in the thumbnail. I'm getting a ton of comments. Your kids are gonna get ate, you're gonna get ate. Folks at home, you might not be familiar with alligators and dealing with swamps and dangerous situations like that, but we are. That's how we grew up. That's how our dad raised us, and that's how I'm gonna raise my kids. They were never in danger. I wouldn't put my kids in danger. So now it's time to cook some fish. We're gonna go with some Lowry's. I'm doing it a little bit heavy because I don't wanna flip it. I've got olive oil underneath it, and this is a copper mat. So right here I have a little marinade. It's pepper flakes, soy sauce, honey, jalapenos, simply lemonade. I just mixed it up. I probably put more honey than anything just to make it a little bit thicker. I'm just gonna put this right on here. It's running off, that doesn't matter. It's all gonna caramelize and it's all gonna be amazing. Now that I got it on the top, I'm gonna move it over and sort of just set it on top of those juices, just like that. Then I'm gonna pick it up just like this and bring it out here to my grill. I've got it set on 400 degrees. We're setting it on there. So while that fresh piece of hogfish is cooking, I'm gonna put some butter on my bread because I want to toast it just a little bit. I've got a big chunk of kingfish here too that I'm gonna put on the smoker when the hogfish is done and make some dip for tomorrow. But I'm not gonna video all of it. If you wanna see that, you can go back on my channel and just search BlueGabe Kingfish and you'll see another video just like that. I wanna do this sort of blackened style. A little bit of spice to it. Take some Old Bay. I'm gonna put it on pretty thick. A lot of people brine their fish when they're smoking it. I don't. I just don't think it's necessary. And I think you get more of the flavor of the fish if you don't. I just think it's important to really season it well and keep it dry. I actually do the opposite of brining it. I cover it in paper towels and keep it real dry. Look at that. Big old chunk of beautiful kingfish. That's going to go on the grill in a minute. Just like that, folks. Wait till you see this. Oh my goodness, that looks good. Oh, I almost lost a piece. Oh my goodness. Come over here, turn the grill down to about 220. Y'all check that out. I toasted my roll, put a little bit of tartar sauce on there, got my piece of hogfish, some nice beautiful little pieces of jalapeno on there. I might even add just a little bit more fish. A piece of tomato, a couple pieces of onion. Definitely going with a couple pieces of lettuce. You guys, that's a fish sandwich that you just can't get anywhere. That's in BlueGabe's kitchen and it just fell down. Let me fix it real quick. Look at that though. Folks at home, That right there, it don't get no better. Mmm. That's enjoyable. Mmm. Folks, it does not get any better than that. Juicy, fresh tomatoes, onions, and lettuce. A little bit of tartar sauce, toasted Publix roll. That was so good. Right now, though, this video's ending. I got to pack up the boat to fish tomorrow, and then when we get home tomorrow night, we're headed to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's where we're going, and the only reason I can say it now is my kids won't see this until we get there. It's a big surprise for them. We're gonna go snow skiing, we're gonna go exploring, we're gonna go into Yellowstone, and y'all are riding along like always. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all the positive comments. But right now, like Jake always says, it's time to get up out of here and get the heck out of shape, because I gotta go take that big, beautiful kingfish and put it on the smoker. See y'all.